The Detroit Lions are shocking the NFL with this. So we're going to be going through that and 3 other stories in today's video. So make sure to like this video, and if you want more Detroit Lions news content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting that red button down below. The first story is Lions predicted to add $80 million Super Bowl champion to bolster offense. The Detroit Lions could be in the market for a wide receiver this offseason, as the team lacked reliable receiving options outside of Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams in 2024. Detroit's WR3 this season was Tim Patrick, who hauled in 33 catches for 394 yards and 3 touchdowns. Patrick is set to hit unrestricted free agency, and even if the Lions re-sign the former Denver Bronco, General Manager Brad Holmes should look to bolster the position group. Though Detroit could look to add another playmaker in the first couple rounds of April's draft, TWSN's Marissa Myers predicts the Lions will sign wide receiver Cooper Kupp after the veteran is released by the Los Angeles Rams. Kupp will turn 32 in June, and coming off another injury-filled season in which he racked up only 59.2 receiving yards per game, his lowest average since 2017 for a total of 710 yards. With the contract of Kupp, it will be difficult for a team to trade for him, but if he's released, one team makes sense to sign him, and that's the Detroit Lions. They have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams at the receiver position. Getting a third receiver like Kupp would give Goff a third viable option to go to in crucial moments. For Kupp, the Lions are the next closest team that he can close out his career on in a winning fashion, while having also the best shot at winning another Super Bowl is in Detroit. Kupp hasn't played in more than 12 games since his historic 2021 campaign, where he won the Triple Crown and took home MVP honors at Super Bowl LVI. Despite missing at least 5 games in each of the last 3 seasons, the 2017 third-round pick has still been productive when on the field and tallied 67 receptions for 710 yards and 6 touchdowns in 2024. After the Rams' divisional round defeat to the Philadelphia Eagles, Kupp stated that he wants to play football in 2025, but is unsure if he will be in Los Angeles next year. "I feel like I've got a lot of good football left in me," Kupp said in the Rams' final open locker room session of the season. "I'll be playing football next year. That much I know." "Who knows what's going to happen," Kupp added. "That's out of my control. And we will see what it's going to be. I don't have any clarity on what that's going to look like or anything like that. So yeah, obviously would love to be in LA, but I don't know what that's going to look like." If the Rams cut Kupp this offseason, the Lions should look to acquire the 2021 All-Pro. The 31-year-old likely won't demand a lucrative contract, and Detroit is set to have around $46 million in cap space this offseason, which should be plenty of money to sign Kupp and address other needs on the roster. Overall, Cooper Kupp will likely never return to his 2021 form, but the veteran is still a savvy route runner who would be a nice security blanket for Jared Goff and a solid number 3 receiving option in the Lions' offense. The second story: the Detroit Lions are reportedly on the verge of making a significant addition to their coaching staff, as they are expected to hire Johnny Morton, the Denver Broncos pass game coordinator, as their new offensive coordinator. This move comes in the wake of former offensive coordinator Ben Johnson's departure to become the head coach of the Chicago Bears. According to NFL insider Adam Schefter, Morton is currently traveling to Detroit to meet with the Lions leadership, and sources indicate that a deal is likely imminent. Morton isn't a stranger to the Lions organization. He worked with head coach Dan Campbell in Detroit during the 2022 season, which also marked Ben Johnson's first year as offensive coordinator. Campbell has long sung Morton's praises, crediting him as an unsung hero behind Detroit's offensive evolution. With the Super Bowl teams now finalized, the 2025 Pro Bowl rosters are getting their last tweaks before the games later this week. One Detroit Lions player has been added to the roster, while another one has been removed. The Lions announced on Monday that left tackle Taylor Decker has been named to the team, but he will be replacing right tackle Penei Sewell, who will not participate due to injury. This is Decker's first ever Pro Bowl in his 9-year career, Decker was Detroit's first-round pick back in the 2016 NFL Draft and has maintained his starting position at left tackle for all 9 seasons, including 126 career starts. This year, Decker earned a 77.2 PFF grade, good for 21st among all NFL tackles. He was initially named a third alternate for the Pro Bowl, but with Sewell's injury and Eagles tackle Lane Johnson headed for the Super Bowl, Decker is now in line for his first trip to the All-Star game. Other Lions currently expected to participate in the Pro Bowl games include quarterback Jared Goff, wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown, running back Jahmyr Gibbs, center Frank Ragnow, safety Brian Branch, and punter Jack Fox. Morton's most recent role as the Denver Broncos passing game coordinator under Sean Payton saw him help revive Denver's offense, making him a prime candidate for this promotion. Before that, he held offensive coordinator duties with the New York Jets in 2017, where he squeezed a career-best season out of veteran quarterback Josh McCown. Over the years, Morton has built a reputation for his ability to develop players and design dynamic offensive schemes. His coaching journey includes stints as a wide receivers coach for teams like the San Francisco 49ers and New Orleans Saints, as well as a season as the offensive coordinator for the New York Jets in 2017. Most recently, Morton's work with the Denver Broncos earned him praise, particularly for his role in developing rookie quarterback Bo Nix. Under Morton's guidance, Nix delivered an exceptional rookie campaign, becoming a finalist for the AP Offensive Rookie of the Year award. The decision to bring Morton on board marks a departure from the Lions' presumed strategy of promoting from within. Before Morton emerged as the frontrunner, internal candidates like offensive line coach Hank Fraley, running backs coach Scotty Montgomery, and passing game coordinator Tanner Engstrand were considered likely contenders for the offensive coordinator role.
So with the NFL Super Bowl just around the corner, we got a great bet for the coin toss for the Super Bowl, and we got our money on heads. So I bet on none other than BetUS, guys, one of my favorite platforms, as they have the fastest payouts in the industry, and right now they have a 150% bonus on your first deposit, and then 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000 with code YouTube150. So definitely go check out BetUS, one of my favorite platforms, and we're going to be placing the bet just like this. And just like that, we are good to go for this bet and for the Super Bowl. But let's get back into the video.
And the second story, the Detroit Lions have ushered in Kelvin Shepard as their new defensive coordinator, gathering from the pool of internal talent in a clear nod to continuity after the departure of Aaron Glenn, a former linebacker with the Lions, among other teams. Shepard, 37, clutches the promotion after 3 seasons overseeing the linebackers. Shepard has been a critical part of the Lions' defensive coaching unit, playing a significant role in developing their young linebacking core and improving the team's overall defensive performance in recent years. His promotion signals a vote of confidence from head coach Dan Campbell, who has consistently emphasized the importance of building a strong coaching culture. In a team that's not shy about internal progression, Shepard's elevation from linebackers coach came as no surprise, especially since Glenn had been prepping him for leadership, remarked in a December interview, "I think he's damn near close, if not ready to do that," an endorsement that likely weighed in Shepard's favor. Despite interviews with external candidates such as former Tampa Bay Buccaneers linebackers coach Larry Foote. The sentiment was echoed in Shepard's confidence when he said in December, "I'm very appreciative of the way that Dan, Brad, Holmes, AG has structured this thing to kind of put you in leadership roles within your room," according to a statement detailed by Detroit Free Press. Shepard, who played in the NFL for 8 seasons, brings a wealth of experience and a track record of fostering talent, such as linebacker Jack Campbell, whom he helped develop into an every-down player. His rapport with players and distinctive coaching style, influenced by Glenn, may bring a fresh perspective while adhering to the team's philosophy. This knack for player development and his candid approach to the team display his readiness for the higher role. Details of Kelvin Shepard's coaching philosophy have come into sharper focus as he steps into his new role as the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator. A former NFL linebacker, and most recently the Lions linebackers coach, Shepard credits much of his development as a coach to the lessons he learned from his predecessor, Aaron Glenn. Shepard describes his own style as passionate and aggressive, but he acknowledges the importance of striking the right balance between being demanding and maintaining respect for his players. Shepard's approach has been heavily influenced by Glenn, who Shepard sees as a model of effective coaching. In a recent interview with CBS News Detroit, Shepard explained that Glenn taught him how to challenge players to meet high expectations without crossing the line into disrespect. "I've never seen a guy, Glenn, that can be so hard on people without demeaning them," Shepard said.